Welcome to Is This Art? The only show where creativity goes to be judged by people who invented judgment. Tonight we've assembled 6 of the most brilliant, terrifying, and deeply disappointed minds in history. They are not thrilled to be here. Let's begin. My life's work led to this. This first piece comes from a user named VapeMoss91. Incredible, a name that truly smells like achievement. They titled this Moonlight Twerkata. Their prompt was, do I really have to read this? An 18th century ballroom collapsing mid-twerk. Dancers in sequined bodysuits and platform heels, frozen mid-motion like glitch sculptures, Baroque architecture warps under a giant impressionist moon. Grand pianos hover above, painted in clashing styles. Oil, voxel, photoreal, cubist. The marble floor spirals with warped musical notation. Beethoven? Is this art?
This isn't a composition. It's a collision. You stacked sound, fabric, and shame, and called it rhythm. There is no silence in this piece. No breath. No rest. You've written a movement without music, and twerked on the grave of grace.
Somewhere a ghost is throwing a metronome through a stained glass window. Our next submission comes from a user named Chunkalad22. I'm already exhausted. They've titled this piece, The Birth of Consumption. Their prompt was, it gets worse every time. A neoclassical painting of Pepe the Frog posed as a marble statue of Karl Marx, surrounded by kneeling worshippers, fashion models, and tech founders, gold curtains, fruit, flowers, and luxury watches at his feet. The image is serious, it just happens to be Pepe. Carl, is this art?
If I had written this, the workers would have revolted against me. You've taken my legacy, dressed it in velvet, and sold it to men who quote me between crypto dips. This isn't a revolution, it's a brand launch in a marble room. The class struggle deserves blood, not curated lighting.
Well, the revolution has been monetized again. Next, we have a submission from a user named BeefCrypt77. That's not a name. That's a cry for help. They've titled their piece, The Last Supper Fortnite Edition, and their prompt was, oh, someone, please fire me. A wide 16:9 parody of Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, reimagined as a colorful Fortnite-style character selection screen. Each apostle is replaced by a stylized Fortnite character in exaggerated poses mid-dance. Jesus does the T-pose, and Judas clutches a glowing loot crate. The background resembles a high-res sci-fi battleground with glowing gradients. Marie, is this art?
If this is the Last Supper, I assume the wine is served in plastic and the body of Christ comes in loot tears. You've turned faith into a filter and betrayal into a button prompt. My palace had gold ceilings. This has claim reward in the corner. It's divine. In the way fast food is divine. Convenient, cheap, and spiritually empty.
The apostles had sandals. These ones have skins. I weep for Judas. He used to mean something. Our next submission comes from a user named RamenTrap69. A beautiful blend of sodium and shame. They call this piece Egypt 1.17 patch update. And the prompt was, I never thought this could go so low. A sprawling Minecraft desert scene reimagined as ancient Egypt with blocky golden pyramids, pixelated obelisks, and a massive throne temple. In the center sits a hyper-detailed marble statue of Cleopatra awkwardly embedded into the pixelated throne structure. One Minecraft camel is stuck halfway inside a pyramid wall, rendered in cinematic lighting. A surreal clash between realism and pixel art. Cleopatra, is this art?
They once bathed me in gold. You spawned me in sandstone and bugs. My empire conquered rivers. This can't render a camel. You didn't build Egypt. You debugged it.
And now we have arrived at the revelation, a submission made by BlenderDad84, a name that screams midlife crisis and post-production. They have titled this The Persistence of Copyright. And the prompt was a surreal reimagining of Sonic the Hedgehog melting across a desolate dreamscape in the style of Salvador Dali's The Persistence of Memory. Sonic's blue limbs droop like wax over barren branches, his iconic red shoes half submerged in golden sand. One of his eyes hangs loose like a deflated balloon. Golden rings bend and warp like clocks dripping from rocks. A disfigured Eggman figure dissolves in the distance, riding a soft, collapsing unicycle. Shadows stretch unnaturally long beneath them. Rendered in cinematic lighting, no words, no UI, just the surreal clash between realism and pixel art. Salvador, is this art?
If I had painted this, I would have sued myself. Then I would have won, and spent the money building a museum that bans anything with fur, shoes, or this hedgehog. You've taken surrealism and replaced it with nausea. I bent time. You bent copyright.
We looked, we measured, we regret. And that concludes tonight's exhibition of copyright violations, historical desecration, and deeply personal offenses to everyone on this panel, alive or dead. You've submitted your strangest thoughts. We've judged them with centuries of disappointment. I hope next time you won't see me here. I mean that until we ask again, is this art?